Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa. I'm here with my co-host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Thursday. We're officially into the very last week of October. Oh, my lord.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Where has the month gone? Where has 2022 gone, to be honest with you?
I don't know because it's like we started out the year, hot, and then it's just like, oh well, we're almost at the end of the year, so it's like a blink and you'll miss it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's for sure. So, anyways, happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good week. So far, my week's been pretty good, actually. A lot better than last week, so that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Hope you're having a good week too, Dystro.
yeah. Mine's been okay. It's just dealing with certain things with my condition and all that stuff. But other than that, it's like I'm pushing forward and not focusing on that crap right now. So.
Right. That's what life's all about. You got to keep pushing forward and look at the positives in life. Because how else are you going to get through life? I mean, come on.
Hmm.
Anyways, we are getting close to the end of spoopy season. Also, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Relax, chill, relax. It's gonna be a good night. Gonna be a good episode. We're at the end of spoopy season almost. Which is sad. I know it's very sad. The spoopy season went by so quick this year. Um, so we're gonna continue the spoopy season vibe with tonight's episode, which is our very second episode of the breakdown. And tonight we are breaking down the album Billy Talent 3. There is a reason why we had picked this album before any other Billy Talent album. Actually, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, it kind of sticks with the spoopy season theme because there are some dark topics on this. With that said, before we go any further, I need to issue a trigger warning. Some of these songs talk about dark topics, topics that might trigger certain things for certain people. Um, so if you are triggered by certain topics such as anxiety, paranoia, etc., please be advised to watch this episode at your own discretion. You have every right to click off of this video at any time. You are not obligated to watch the full episode if you choose not to do so. So again, uh, viewer discretion is advised, and I hope you enjoy. So yes, Billy Talent 3. This is an album I had dissed for a while, and I feel so bad because I didn't give it a chance at that time. I'm glad I did give it a chance after that. I love this album. Um, it's definitely one of the albums that Billy Talent is most known for.
Hmm.
Um, However, a lot of people have mixed reviews about this album, including myself at first when I didn't even give it a chance, obviously. Um, but yeah, so if you guys do not know what the breakdown series consists of, basically we are taking one album, breaking it down song by song, discussing each meaning of each song, whether it's the true meaning or our personal take on the songs, ranking each song on a scale from 1 to 10, and then ranking the album overall as a whole on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being horrible, 10 being a freaking masterpiece. All right, so are you ready, Dystro?
Oh yeah, I've been ready.
Again, viewer discretion is advised for this episode. So,
Yes.
this album, well, let's start with this. The original album, there's two versions of this album. There is the standard edition and there is the special edition. Standard edition has 11 songs. The special edition actually has, I believe, 13 or 14 songs. I believe it's 13, unless they added the other one I'm thinking of. But this album came out in 2009. It is Billy Talent's third album, obviously, because Billy Talent 3, under the name Billy Talent. Again, it is one of their most popular albums, and it's definitely got a lot of hits on this album that put them on the map even more and propelled their success. So, track listing. So, I guess we'll start with number one, obviously, is Devil on My Shoulder. Now, this song, oh man, I. It's not a song that I can listen to all the time, but I do like it. It is definitely one of their hits.
Yeah, it's a good like since it's like you know how like every band has their dark album, like their darkest album. Like we mentioned this in like when we did the Simple Plan episode. Watch that or listen to that episode by the way. Um that it's like every band has their own dark album. And Billy Talent 3 is their darkest album by far.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
just by the sound of it.
yeah, and you can tell by the vocals in Ben's voice too. It sounds like he's just been through the ringer with every note and every lyric that he's singing in all these songs and stuff like that. And even the guitar playing by Ian and the drums by Aaron and John, the bassist. It's like you can just tell it's like, okay, we're it's like they're in like a dark place or something, or like one of them is just in the darkest mindset or something at this point. Um, but it's a hell of an opening song, just to off the rip.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a song that I can't listen to all the time. Like it's not something I'd put on repeat.
Mm. Yeah, it's like it's got like you got to be in the mood for it, sort of thing.
Right.
It's like, but this is the meaning that I had looked up. So the devil on my shoulder, it means a cheeky little voice inside your head that takes over sometimes. Now we all have that voice inside our head that makes us overthink things and stuff like that, or just being like, you know, like, hey, like that person's talking about you even though they're not talking about you, sort of thing.
Yeah,
It's
like paranoia.
yeah, it's like it's paranoia, and it's like we all have that in in modern day life, even with mental health sometimes.
Right. Like even up to this day I still have like that kind of thing. Like I overthink things
Hmm.
sometimes. And this song, now that you mentioned like the real meaning, now I want to go back and listen to the song again. Just because like, okay, I could probably relate to this on a hardcore level.
Right.
Um Now with my personal take on this song, it's kind of the same thing you said, basically kind of like I think of it in this way. Like, you know how, like, in cartoons, sometimes you have, like, the angel on one shoulder, you have the
Hmm.
devil on the other shoulder. That's kind of what I think. It's kind of similar to what you said, just in, like, more of a cartoony kind of
Right.
vibe.
It's like the angel saying like, don't do it," and then the devil's like,
Fucking do
do
it,
it,
bitch. Do it,
do
bitch.
it. But yeah, it's like it's a hell of an opening song. It's like just from the I guess the opening riff alone, you can tell that this is gonna be a dark album.
Oh, yeah. Now, if you were to give this song a rating, what would it be for you?
Oh, I'd give it like a solid 8 or 9 off the
Oh,
rip.
now I put mine at a 7 out of 10, because yes, it is a good opening song. I do like this song. I'm not saying I don't like it. I do like this song. It's just not something that I listen to a lot when I listen to Billy Talent. Like, it's not my go-to Billy Talent song. It's not something I'd put on repeat. But if I heard this song, like if I press shuffle on my Billy Talent playlist right now and I heard this song, I wouldn't skip it. I'd still listen to it.
Mhm. That's valid. That is valid.
All right, so we move on to track two, one of their one of my favorite songs of all time by Billy Talent, "Rested from the Rain." It is fucking killer.
It's like even though I'm like we can't sing it because of copyright, I'm just like humming it in my head like.
Like I can hear the opening riff. It's so fucking unique. I love "Rested from the Rain." I hear it on the radio weekly, sometimes more than twice a week. I hear this song. It is definitely one of the first Billy Talent songs I found when I was looking through Billy Talent songs and stuff when I first got into them 2 years ago. This was one of the first songs I found, and man, it fucking slams. The fucking guitar solo during the middle with Ian. Oh my god, it's fucking killer.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Like Ian is so um artistic with his guitar solos.
Oh my god,
It
yeah.
it makes you it like it. okay, it makes me feel like my friend Zane could play that guitar solo. It makes me think of my friend Zane when Ian plays that guitar solo. I'm like, oh my God, like I could see my friend playing that. Just like just pulling at my heartstrings. Just like, oh man, like whoo.
Like holy fuck. Yeah, I
It's like,
can
okay.
definitely like agree that I feel like Ian is criminally underrated. Like we're always talking about like
Mhm.
Eddie Van Halen and Angus. Like don't get me wrong, I fucking love them dudes. But Ian, like he is so fucking criminally underrated. He's one of the best. He's like up there in my opinion.
Mm, for sure, for sure.
Now with Rusted from the Rain, I don't really know if I have a solid personal interpretation for the song, like a personal meaning for myself. It's
Right,
just one of those dark songs. Like to me, it kind of screams like a relationship gone bad in my take. Like when you hear the lyrics, "You hung me like a picture, now I'm just a frame. You used to be my laughter, now I'm just a shame." Like I love that fucking verse right there. It
right.
screams a relationship gone bad, and that's kind of like my personal take on it. But what did you find for the actual meaning?
So I think the actual meaning that this is what I saw. It says, I am tired and worn slash broken down from all the stresses and turmoil going on in my life. So kind of what you were saying in a retrospect, but it's like dealing with like everyday life sort
Right.
of thing. Like, like job, job, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, like anything going on in everyday life. Like some people get stressed out to the point where they just snap and
I've been in that predicament.
they they just go off the brink, like they just go mad. And it's like you have to have that anchor, like that anchor to pull you down back to the reality. Be like, hey, like, look, I understand that you're worn out, but don't take it out on the people that love you. Okay. you know like just, and it's like it I think a lot of these songs have to do with mental and physical and health and stuff.
Yeah, like
This is what
mental and physical strain.
Right, like I'm this is what I this is like the pattern I'm seeing with some of these songs
Yeah,
and
we're only
stuff.
on to song number 2 right now.
Yeah. but
Like you can just sense it. Like, you can just sense it in the air when you hear this album. Like, yeah,
oh
this
yeah.
is their dark album. This is going to be talking about a lot of strenuous topics. And Rested from
Hmm.
the Rain is a good example, and even Devil on My Shoulder is a good example too. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I guess my personal meaning kind of reflects on the real meaning, which is good. I like hearing that. Um, I'd give this song a solid 10 out of 10. Like this is a song I would put on repeat for quite a while. Actually, I had it on repeat for quite a while when I first heard it. So
Yeah, I would say the same thing too, like a 10,
a
because
solid 10 out of 10.
it's you could just hear the first opening like beat, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's Rest from Rain. I don't even know. It's like you don't even have to tell me the whole rest of the songs. I just know it.
We're off
Right.
to a good start. All right, so we're on to track number 3, Saint Veronica. Now, I'm going to admit something. When I first listened to this song for the first time, I was not crazy for it. I don't know why. I don't know what was in my head at that point. I don't know what was wrong with me at that point. I love that song now. It is super good. Just like the startup bass reminds me of This Is How It Goes from Billy Talent 1.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to like do it justice, but it's like the bass like sells me alone because
Oh
it's
yeah.
just like it's like John's just doing his thing. He's grooving, and stuff. It's like, and then it's just like you have like Ian and Ben and then Aaron coming in and stuff like that. It's like I don't know how these guys are not super popular in the US right now.
It pisses me off when I every time I think about that too, because like we're both from the U.S. Obviously, I'm from New York, you're from Florida. And
Yeah.
like I rarely ever hear about Billy Talent fans in the States. Yeah, they did Warp Tour for a few years. Like they did it in '04, and I think they did it in '06. They did it in like 2012 and God knows how many other years. But like God, they it sucks
So
that they're not popular here in the US.
it's like we need more Billy Talent fans in the U.S. Damn it.
Yes, I want to go see them. Like I want them to come to New York. Like I would literally go to see them if they came to New York. I don't even care where in New York. I would go see them. But anyways, so I'd have to say the highlight of this song is the screaming vocal that Ben did
Oh
towards the
yeah.
middle, where he literally screams the line, "Dear God, yeah."
Yeah, it's like you could just tell like he poured his heart and soul into that lyric.
It gives me flashbacks to Billy Talent 1 when they did a whole bunch of screaming on that album.
Like try honesty and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, try honesty. This is how it goes. River below, all that stuff. Also, we're gonna be doing an episode about that in the future, so that's gonna be fun. So
Yeah.
Saint Veronica, I don't really have a personal interpretation for this one. This one's a little complicated because like there's the lyrics like oh frick, what is it? She was sick and living in a hospital. Like I can't remember like the fucking rest of the lyrics. Something about sleeping pills. Like it kind of reminds me of somebody who's sick, like kind of like a middle-aged woman who's sick but also has mental issues, like that kind of thing. It kind of gives you that vibe, but I really don't have a solid personal interpretation on this one, but I'd like to hear what the real meaning is of this song.
So this one's going to be a trigger warning in itself
Okay.
for anybody that's listening to this. So Ian was reading a book one day, and it was called Veronica Decides to Die, a novel by Paulo Coelho. I'm probably butchering that last name. Forgive me. So he was reading this story, and it says he took the idea of a young woman commits suicide. She doesn't succeed and ends up in a coma. It's about finding a purpose or a passion for life. In the story, she comes around and realizes life can be okay. It took the most drastic of actions to appreciate what we have is beautiful in life.
Wow, that is pretty fucking touching.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess in a way my semi personal interpretation kind of relates to the real meaning, because I mentioned like a middle-aged woman sick also has mental issues, like that kind of thing, but I didn't really have like a solid thing to put together for this song. But yeah, man, that is fucking dark, but like wow.
It's like there's some like some people in real life, it's like they like cyberbullying, for example. It's like people get cyberbullied all the time in middle school, high school, wherever. And it's like they can't take the pressure anymore, sort of thing. So the only way out that they see is suicide because they just can't handle the pressure anymore. And that's sad because it's like they have a long life ahead of them. And like like it happened to a wrestler not too long ago. Like I don't know, like a few years ago. And she was like 20 years old. And cyberbully like so she was getting cyberbullied and she ended up just committing suicide because she just couldn't handle the cyberbullying anymore.
It
And it's
sucks,
sad.
like it's half the time. So I feel like most of the time, like when it comes to the school stuff, they don't do anything about it, and it sucks to think
Yeah.
about. Now there is a song that Billy Talent did on Billy Talent 1, that actually it literally relates to what we're talking about, which we will get into when we do the breakdown for Billy Talent 1. It's a very very powerful music video too. The music video is like crazy. But anyway, so before we get off topic even more, um, what would you rank this song?
Oh God. I would say it's like a 9 for me.
I ended up putting it as a 10 out of 10. It's
I say 9 just because I don't hear it a lot, and it's like Rutherford and Rain example, like I hear it all the time. it's like there's certain songs that I would go back and replay a lot, and like Try Honesty, for example, or Red Flag, um, or like River Below, for example. It's like I listen and hear the songs on repeat a lot, but it's like Saint Veronica. It's like like you said with your Billy Talent playlist and so that it's like if you hit shuffle, it's like okay, like like you're in for a ride for songs.
Now that's the opposite for me. Like when it comes to Saint Veronica, I hear it a lot on my playlist. Like I hit shuffle, and I think that might be one of my most played songs this year on Spotify. Like when I get my Spotify Wrapped thing in December or
Hmm.
whatever, I'll have to let you know. But yeah, I've heard that song a lot this year on Spotify on my playlist. So that's why I gave it a 10 out of 10. Plus, it's fucking good. It is so fucking good, and I'm a sucker for Billy Talent One vibes slash Watoosh Pez vibes. I'm a sucker for the screamo stuff. I know some people aren't, but I am. I'm a sucker for it. I've gotten used to it, and it's just something I crave. I crave it so much. All right, we're into track 4. This is gonna be a long episode. Oh boy. So we're into
Get
track
used to it.
4. Tears into Wine. Hmm. Now this song I don't hear a lot. I have listened to it. I do have it on my playlist. I do like it. It's just a song that I don't hear a lot anymore.
Right.
Um, my personal interpretation, I've always considered this a song to be for like someone who has been through the ringer with relationships and is at this point of their life where they're like, fuck it, I'm going to turn these tears that I'm crying into glasses of wine. I'm going to drown these tears and sorrow with wine. That's kind of my take on it.
Well, this is my this is what I found on this. So the song is generally focused on how alcohol has become a solution to the sorrows of the song's protagonist. So what you were saying about like you're turning the tears into wine and drowning in sorrow. Um, the face that the gun is only loaded when the glass is full, as acts as a metaphor that suicide is the drink or is in the drink. I'm sorry. The alcohol stands as a symbol of the gun ammunition that is fired at the man when drunk and poured down the hatch. This means that the drink is effectively a weapon.
Wow, this is fucking dark.
Hey, that's why we said the trigger warning at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, this is fucking dark. Like again, like you and I kind of have like similar things to say about each song. So that's pretty good that we're kind of on the same level here.
Mhm.
Um but yeah. So, I would give this song a 7 out of 10. I'm ranking it the same as Devil on My Shoulder. Yes, I do like this song. If I hit shuffle and I hear it, I'm not going to skip it. I'm going to listen to it in full and I'm going to enjoy it. But it is not something I would put on repeat. It's not something that I could listen to all the time.
Yeah, I would say the exact same thing, like a 7 out of 10, because it's like if I was like in the mood for a heavy like a dark song or something like that, I'd just be like, okay, shuffle, and it's just like if Tears into Wine comes on, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna just listen to it because it's like we said like at the beginning of the episode, it's like it's a dark album, and it's like yes, it has dark elements to it, but it's like every song has a message behind it. This is what I'm thinking though.
Yeah, I agree with
every
that.
every song has a message being like don't commit suicide, you'll always have there's a light at the end of the tunnel, like drinking's not the solution to everything and all that stuff. It's like every song has a hidden message within the lyrics,
Right.
and it's like you gotta like like do like little nitpicking, but like it's like there's a message behind it, and I like that about this group. They always have good messages in their songs. Like if it's like a tough topic or something, it's like they'll be like, "Hey, suicide's not the answer. Go find and seek help." Or like if you're drinking and you're drowning your sorrows away. Like, hey, drinking's not the solution. Like, you're just loading that drink with ammunition, and it's like you're just gonna drink yourself to death.
Right.
And it's like, oh boy.
So we're into song number 5. This one actually pulls at my heartstrings quite a bit.
Mhm.
White Sparrows. Now, this is a very fucking sad song, very powerful song. Um, I'm actually mad I didn't listen to this song sooner, let alone this whole fucking album sooner. It's actually probably one of my favorite songs on this album. White Sparrows. Now, I know the real meaning behind this song too. My personal take is basically a special other losing their boyfriend or girlfriend. Like they literally had passed away.
Mhm.
And like I hear like the lyrics, what the fuck is it? They only gave her one more day to say the words she couldn't say. I'm crying in pain. Crying in pain. Like that screams that yeah, this is about a death. And this is only in like the second half of the song, I believe. And every time the phone rings, it gives me chills. Like, oh, them fucking lyrics just hit. Now, I've never lost a special other to, like, death or anything, but, like, man, like, it pulls at your heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah, it's like like every time that I hear about this song sort of thing, or I listen to it that one time when I listened to, or the two times that that I listened to it and then listened to it with you, it's like it reminded me of uh my best friend that I had gone to elementary school with, and
Right,
she was like she was so close to graduating too, and she had passed away several years ago, and it's like I'm like, oh man, it's just
right,
like it sucks because it's like like if they were still here today and you could just talk to them, it's like hey, look how successful we've become, like look how successful I've become and stuff like that, and they're like like hey, good for you, it's like just keep doing what you're doing, and
right,
that's it, life still goes on, but you have to remember them in like a way that they'd be like, hey, like keep doing the good work, even though they're upstairs, and stuff like that. They're probably like looking down on us, being like, you know what, they're doing all right by me, sort of thing.
right.
So
Now, I'm assuming my personal input was the same as the real meaning.
yeah, I did not do anything for this one because I knew you knew the true meaning behind it. So I'm just gonna take your word for it and just go yes.
Yeah, I like it literally screams that like losing your partner to
Hmm.
the point where they die. It screams that like it's dead fucking a dead fucking giveaway if you look at the lyrics or even if you listen to the lyrics in depth. Now this song, nothing beats it. It's a 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10 for
Like
sure.
if you rank it any lower, are you mad?
We slap you across the face and say, "Listen to it again."
Listen to it again.
Like,
All right, we are halfway through the main album, I should say. Number 6, Pocket Full of Dreams. Oh man, I've had this song stuck in my head all day for whatever fucking reason. It's so catchy. Like,
pocket full of dreams.
now this song doesn't even give me sad vibes or dark vibes. Like, it's just like I love the vibe to it. I love the rhythm. She sold her dreams for
Yeah,
security to a man she hardly really ever sees. Life is hard without a credit card to get by. Oh, I love that song.
it gives me like kind of like happy vibes a little
It
bit.
kind of does. Did you look up the real meaning to this? Because I don't have like a personal take on this.
Yeah, so some like I am on a website and it's called songmeanings.com. Go check it out because like they have all the Billy Talent albums on there, and they have different like there's different people like have different meanings and stuff. Anyway, it's basically about a girl who cares about material things and money. So she doesn't care about love or her partner or anything. She just cares about money and just items.
Jeez. If only
Sounds
I
like
was that
everybody.
fucking rich.
Sounds like everybody in frickin' California right now. Uh, but like, yeah, it's like, I mean, it's sad that like there's just some people out there just like they don't care about their other significant other. They just care about their money and whatever they buy for them.
Right.
That's sad.
I'm not like that, obviously. Like, I am more like, as I say this all the fucking time, I am a hopeless romantic. Like, I love the little things. I'm not all about like finding someone who's got money and shit. Like, I'm all about like you gotta vibe with me, first of all. You gotta vibe with me. You gotta be able to tolerate this fucking side of me where I'm like super fucking nerdy and get into this music shit. Um, and I'm just a hopeless romantic. I like the little things, like the little simplistic things in life. But anyways, we're getting off topic. Pocket Full of Dreams. I would give that a solid 9 out of 10, just because White Sparrows is ranked so high on my list right here that nothing's going to top it right now.
I would say maybe an 8 for me.
Okay.
It's just because, White Sparrows is such like a heavy song and stuff like that. And then you just get hit with like a happy song after that. It's like, oh wait, whoa. Like, hey,
Yeah.
like we're keeping that in. It's like you got hit with such a heavy song and then you just go like right into a happy song. It's like, wait, hey, wait. You can't get it, you can't just go skip past that. Like, hey, no.
That should have been like the album ender. White Sparrow should have been the album ender.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, song number 7. The Dead Can't Testify. Now, I say all the time. Well, actually, I don't know if I've said all the time. I know I said this with Back in Black when we did the very first episode of the breakdown. By the way, go check that episode out if you haven't already. Killer episode.
Hmm.
I say this all the time with albums. Albums have their weaklings, which means they're songs that don't necessarily gain the attention of the listeners. This is one of those songs. It's
Yeah,
a good song. It's just I'm not 100%
on
like
board.
on board with it. I like some of the lyrics considering the fact that right now on Discord my status is one of the lines from the song. And it's and the rain falls down, let it fall to the ground. I like that lyric. It's just really catchy. It's just I'm not 100% on board with the song. I do like it. If I heard it on shuffle, I wouldn't skip it. It's one of the weaklings of this album. One of the songs that kind of drags the album down just a little bit. Not overly bad, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's like one of those songs that they could just taken out and it would still be a good album, sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, like you wouldn't even notice. Now,
Yeah.
personal interpretation with this kind of reminds me of like being stuck into like a religion and like you've committed a sin or something to the point where you kind of have to die. Like it's hard to explain because there's a lyric and it's like tell me why do they all get to live and I have to die, and it's like it kind of gives me like that kind of like really bad religion vibe, like the religion where like it's a little unfair, that kind of vibe. Now, what did you find for your meaning?
Mine is completely different.
Okay.
Mine is it says about someone being executed for witchcraft as a scapegoat by their town. And then it says in parentheses, which is a metaphor for people rejected by society.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah. That's why I said completely different.
Right, and that's okay. That's okay. We all have our own personal interpretations of music, and that's the beauty of it. Music can be taken in so many
Many
different
different ways.
ways and shapes and forms, and it's just fucking beautiful. Um, I gave this song a 6 out of 10, just because I'm not completely on board with it.
Right. I'm probably gonna just go like straight down the middle and just give it a 5.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of those songs. It's like, okay, like I could tolerate it. It's just it's not my favorite. Like not my favorite on this list at all. All right.
Right.
So we're on to track number 8, Diamond on a Landmine now. This fucking song, man. I love this song so much. I was obsessed with this song for quite a while. I love the music video too. Like it's creepy. Like if you I don't think you've watched the music video yet, Daisho. It's creepy, but I love it. Like I love the vibe. Um Obviously you could kind of tell what this song's about without even having to look up the meaning. It is about a relationship gone wrong. Basically a toxic relationship. Slap my face, slam the door, a dozen roses lay on the floor. Like that's the opening verse right there. And right away that screams bad relationship. A relationship
Mhm.
gone wrong. And the guy is basically trying to win her heart back and trying to get back with her, and it's just not working. Um, it's a good song, and especially for me because like I kind of relate to this kind of stuff, considering I have been through the fucking ringer. Um, but man, I love that song. I just love like the beat to it. It's just catchy.
Yeah, it's like the beat is like it gets you immediately hooked, like off the rip. That's what I see. Because it's there's no even like interpretation on my end for that because it's like you're the connoisseur of Billy Talent and it's like you know this song and it's like you've been through the ringer and so it's like with this song in mind it's like you know how you felt with this song. So
It's like it literally hit me like a fucking train, but like in a good way. So like you don't
right.
even need to Google the meaning for this one. Like the
Hmm.
lyrics tell the story for this one, and that's
Hmm.
nice. That's the nice thing about this song. I gave it a 10 out of 10. Like I love this song. It's just really really good. I can relate to it. I like songs that I can kind of relate to because it feels like I have a way of expressing my thoughts. Like I think I've said this before, but the nice thing about music is it can kind of express your thoughts when you can't express your thoughts yourself. And that's a good thing. Like if you
Yeah.
can't come up with the words to say to somebody, just send them a fucking song. Like
It's like I can't express the words I'm feeling right now, so I'm just gonna send you this AC/DC song. It's just
yeah, I'm
like
just gonna send you oh what the fuck?
a
I don't
Pearl
know.
Jam song.
No, I was trying to think of an AC/DC song, but I can't think right now. But yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. Diamond on the Landmine's a 10 out of 10. What about you?
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10 for sure.
All right, track number 9, Turn Your Back. Now, there are two versions of the song, which I guess we can mention both of them right now. I don't know if you listened to the one I sent you earlier, Dystro.
Um. Oh no, I didn't.
It's okay, no big deal. I listened to it this morning. So there is the original version of Turn Your Back, and there is the version with Anti-Flag they did of Turn Your Back. I've listened to both. I'm going to say this off the rip. I am not on board with the one with Anti-Flag. I don't know if it's just because I'm so used to the original version and I've listened to the original version for so long. Um, so I apologize for anybody who does like the Anti-Flag version, but I'm not on board with it 100% right now. So I ranked it a 6 out of 10, the one with Anti-Flag. Now, the original, um, I love the song. I haven't, I don't really hear it as much anymore, but I actually listened to it this morning because I was trying to compare and contrast the two versions and see which one I liked better. And obviously, I like the original version better. Um, my personal interpretation on this song, um, let me think. What are the lyrics? When the storm hits your front door with a roar you can't ignore, you run away. But there's no place to hide, mate. Like it's kind of like a song that's kind of like life is catching up to you, and you finally can't hide from it anymore. Like you kind of just you can't just keep turning your back and running away from your problems. You got to face them head on, like that kind of song. But
Right.
what was your meaning that you found?
The meaning that I found was the world's a mess if you turn your back. You're screwed You need to do something.
So kind of similar vibes. Like you can't like hide from your problems. You can't hide from the world. You gotta do something instead of just turning your back and walking away from it.
Right.
So we kind of were on the same page there. That's good.
Yeah.
So I gave this song a 9 out of 10 because I haven't heard it. I don't hear it often anymore, but it's a good song. It's a fucking banger.
Yeah. I would give it maybe like an 8.5.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I see you.
We're doing decimals in this bitch.
So we have two songs left on the main album, and then I'm going to mention the two bonus tracks. Now, the two bonus tracks that I'm going to mention towards the end, they are not contributing to the overall rank of this album. We are just ranking the standard edition album. We're not ranking the special edition with the two bonus songs. Just to clarify. So we're on to track number 10, Sudden Movements. Now, this fucking song, I love it. I fucking love this song. And you know I love this song when I say the F word three
Oh yeah.
times in a freaking row.
Fucking.
I have been obsessed with this song since the first day I heard it. It's a really heavy, slow, freaking track. And the harmony between Ben and Ian's vocals works perfect. It is a solid fucking 10 out of 10 for me. And I'm going to say it right off the bat before we even get to the meeting. It's like right up there with White Sparrows for me. Now, this song, though, people say this is the weakling of the album. For me, it's not. I like this song. I like the heaviness of it. Just the heavy, like the boom, 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 like the fucking opening riff. It's fucking heavy. It's just, it's something I dig with. I love heavy, slow rock songs like that, like heavy tracks that sound mean and full of angst. Like, it's just me. I love it. It's just that little dark side of me. Now, I'm gonna have you explain what you found for the meaning for this song because this is really interesting.
All right. So the meaning that I found was it was written from the perspective of someone involved or affected by war and the paranoia it brings on.
So it has to do with paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
It's like okay, what's the opening lyric? Well, I'm scared of my perspective. Is it mine or is it? Wait, no, it's reflection. Is it mine or is it yours? And it's like you can tell it has to do with paranoia. Who's the black sheep of the herd? And it's just like it's so good. I myself never had a personal interpretation with the song, but it's just I love it. I freaking love it. Like I said, I give it a 10 out of 10, but a lot of people tend to call this song the weakling of the album, which sucks because like I fucking love it. People probably look at me weird when I say that, like, oh, why do you like this song so much? It's just I just love the vibe. I love the dark vibe of it.
I would say I would say a 9.5 for me.
Solid. Fair. That's solid. All right, we're on to the final track of the standard edition of this album, Definition of Destiny. Well, unfortunately, this is another song I don't 100%, I'm not on board with it 100% yet.
Yeah, it's like I think they could have probably switched this one with White Sparrows, like you said.
Yeah, I kind of I kind of agree with that. It's not a song I have a personal interpretation with either. It's not one of my favorites. So, did you find a meaning for this one, Dystro?
Yeah, so I think when people think of like destiny and so that's like I think the future is unknown. Like if like our future could be, bright and like we have a bright future ahead of us, or it's like our future could be grim and just dark.
Right.
And it's like the future as we know it is unknown because it's like we don't know what's going to happen within 10, 15, 20 years from now. It's like we could be in the brightest days or in the darkest times.
Right.
So it's like it's like I put like like the future is unknown and the future is grim. So it's like it's up to people's interpretation of it, but it's like that's what I found.
Right. And I guess maybe that is a good way to end the album on a bright note. The future's unknown, but like there are bright things ahead and that kind of thing. Maybe it is a good way to end the album. It's just the song isn't that catchy to me. It doesn't stand out unlike the rest. So I
Right.
put this one at a solid 5, a 5 out of 10. So this is another one of the weaklings of the album. But doesn't mean the song's not 100% good. There are good qualities of the song.
Hmm.
Where did you put
I
this one?
I would say like a 4.
A 4. Oh boy. Jeez.
It's like you said, like like White Sparrows could have probably ended the album, and that would have been like the perfect closer. It has a
Yeah,
perfect open, and then with that perfect closer, it's like best-selling album right there.
perfect.
It's like definition of Destiny could have been like where White Sparrows was, like at number 5 and stuff, or like we said, like you could take out like the dead can't testify and the definition of Destiny, and like it would have just been a perfect album either way.
They could have swapped those two songs out with the two bonus tracks I'm going to mention.
Probably, yeah.
So, if you own the special edition of the album, which I fucking wish I had that one. It is hard to find nowadays. It's not 2009 anymore. It's fucking 2022. Disgusting. I'd love to go back in time, but I was only like a little kid at that time, and I had no idea who Billy Talent was. I didn't even know like half these groups. I only knew like AC/DC and Def Leppard at the time. Anyways, so there are two bonus tracks on the special edition album that did not make it to the standard regular OG edition. So track number 1, Bloody Nails and Broken Hearts. This was Sunday's song of the day for our
Mm,
episode. So this song obviously has to do with another relationship gone bad. To me, it sounds like a cheating situation. There is a lyric in the song. The rumors were true. Um, Something about the girl having some guy in his bed. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, it kind of screams another relationship gone bad. It screams a cheating situation. Lay down with your drunken fools. And then, yeah, so the lyric is, and all the rumors I heard were true. You had another man in our room. That that screams bad relationship. That screams a cheating scandal going on. I'm a sucker for breakup songs. I'm a sucker for heartbreak songs. I'm a sucker for angry songs. And this is one of them. This is a song that should have made it to the main album, but it did not. And it kind of makes me sad. It's so good. Like the fucking opening guitar riff like has me hooked.
right. It's like I think did you send me a link of that one time?
I think we listened to it together.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's like when you told me the interpretation or the meaning behind it, I was like, oh yeah, like this is another like breakup song. Like this gotta be another breakup song.
Yeah, it's like again, I'm a sucker for that kind of shit. I love dark songs. I love anger, like songs that have to do with angst and anger. I gave this one a 10 out of 10. Even though it's not on the standard album, I'm still ranking these two songs. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10 too.
So the final song we're going to mention tonight is Don't Need to Pretend. This song I found last year. Didn't know it never made it to the album. Um, it's another song about heartbreak, relationship gone bad. Kind of the message here is you don't need to pretend to be in love with someone when you're not. Like when you're falling out of love with someone, no longer need to pretend that you love them. You no longer pretend to need to want them, that kind of thing. Those are some of the lyrics. Um, it's just another classic heartbreak song, like another classic falling out of love song. Like we played with matches in the rain, but never learned. Like that's one of the lyrics. Like yeah, that screams heartbreak. That screams a failed relationship. I gave this song a 9 out of 10 because if I were to compare that to Bloody Nails and Broken Hearts, I'm going to pick Bloody Nails and Broken Hearts over Don't Need to Pretend. Just because I the Bloody Nails and Broken Hearts song is kind of has more of a dark sound to it. Wow, Don't Need to Pretend the guitar rhythm's not as dark sounding as the other song I just mentioned. So
Right. I would say the exact same
9 out of
for the
10.
rating. Yeah.
So that is the whole fucking album. Now, let's see. That was Billy Talent 3. My overall ranking for this album, not including the two bonus tracks and then the anti-flag version of Turn Your Back. Just the 11 songs we mentioned on their own, I give this album an overall 8.6 out of 10.
Okay. I would say, like, if they had just taken out, like again, Dead Can Testify and Definition of Destiny, and just replaced it with Bleeding Nails and Broken Hearts and
Don't need to pretend.
Don't Need to Pretend. Thank you. Uh, like, and it made White Sparrows like the closing song and stuff like that. I would have given it like a 9.6 out of 10. That being said, I would give it probably the exact same ranking that you did.
Wow. Okay, that's strong. 8.6 out of 10. It's not a bad album, and it's not
No.
the best album either, but it's right there. Like, it's up there with the other Billy Talent albums that exist, which I believe there's 6 albums now. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Not including hits. If you're to include hits, that's 7, but we're not going to include hits. But wow. So, this episode was fucking long. I apologize, but I kind of planned on it being long because when we get into breaking down an album, you need to take your time and really go into depth with some of these songs, especially if people want to know what these albums are like and whether or not they should listen to them or not. So that's like the importance of doing the breakdown, is to help other people find new music and give them our personal take on what we think of each song from this album and what we think of the album as a whole. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode of The Breakdown. Cue Tom Petty's Breakdown. It's a good song, by the way. We need to do a Tom Petty album. So, what's your favorite song from Billy Talent 3, guys? Let us know down in the comments or even on Reddit. We're willing to discuss anything you guys want to talk about. So, we're going to wrap this up pretty quickly here. Dystro, what is your song of the night since it is Thursday?
My song of the night is going to be a Billy Talent song, actually. Golf clap. I am going to do a song from Billy Talent, Dead Silence.
Ooh.
And it is Stand Up and Run.
Hey, I just heard that song today, too. That's the funny thing.
I mean, it is a very catchy tune too.
It is. It's a classic love song. It's a classic soft love song from Dead Silence, and we need to do an episode about Dead Silence too. We're literally gonna do every single album, believe it or not. We're gonna do every single album. It's just gonna take a while because we've got other videos we want to do first. So, if you guys want to hear tonight's song of the night, chosen by Dystro, which is "Stand Up and Run" from Billy Talent, be sure to click on the link that'll pop up at the top right-hand corner of the video, which should pop up towards the end. So yeah. So, with that said, Sunday, October 30th, Halloween Eve. We are doing our Halloween episode for 2022. We are doing our Halloween traditions episode, just like we did the Easter traditions episode back in April. We're doing a Halloween themed one where we talk about all things Halloween. You know, like stuff that we used to do as kids, or what we remember doing growing up for Halloween, what we wish we could do now for Halloween, what we do now for Halloween, basically everything Halloween. So, if you guys are down with hearing us talk about some Halloween stuff, be sure to tune in this Sunday for our Halloween Eve episode of the Reckless Paradise podcast. So that's it. If you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to go follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which will take you to our link tree, which has everything there you need, such as Dystro's gaming YouTube channel, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. So be sure to go follow us on social media to also keep up to date with the podcast in case technical difficulties happen and we cannot upload. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening. And be sure to listen to tonight's song of the night. And we'll catch you guys this Sunday for the Halloween episode. Peace.
Peace.